button, hit that thumbs up button, and sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. I'm glad to see you made it to another podcast. I've been gone for a minute. Tell you the truth, I was running from P. Diddy crib. Man, went over there to find out he had all that damn baby oil, y'all. Hey, that shit didn't look right to me. You know how black people is. Hey, if it don't look right, we got a jet. So, I've been running. Nah, but honestly though, honestly, seriously, for real, I've been having some problems with some equipment and stuff like that. I ain't gonna get into all that, but some malfunctions, some technical difficulties, as they say. So that's why I haven't been posting anything lately. But I ain't going away. So just bear with me, y'all. So how's everybody been? Like I said, I know it's been a while since you seen me, but your boy's still behind the scenes, still looking at stuff, still working on stuff, still got some upcoming shows that I'm planning on doing. Still got some ideas that I'm kicking around, want to run with. Still waiting on a couple people to come on the show. I'm lining up some people for that. So there's going to be some things coming down the pipeline. Hopefully, I'll be able to stream from my phone after I get enough subscribers. That way, I don't have to use my computer anymore. Because, shoot, I guess the best thing out of this is I learned how to type. I never thought I'd do that. Yeah. So your boy can type a little bit there. But anyway, uh, let's get into a little something, something, something. Like I was saying, I was talking about P. Diddy earlier. Man, the diddler. What can you say? What can we say? I mean, we all knew something strange about that dude. Now, come on. You can't say that you didn't. You can't say that you didn't know it was something weird about P. Diddy at times. Yeah. Him running around on wearing wigs and stuff, talking about he liked this wig and all that. There's been things running around about that dude since the 90s. And be honest, he wasn't one of my biggest artists. I wasn't one of his biggest fans, honestly. I mean, I don't want to see nothing bad happen to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because there's enough stuff just being black. You got enough stuff to deal with just being black. So, I ain't gonna try to bring another black man down, but he pretty much did that to himself. That like R. Kelly, he did that to himself. They gave both of them plenty of time to get their ish together, but they just kept doing the same old stuff. So, I guess you gotta pay the piper, and he really gonna pay the piper. But like I said, it's been tales floating around about him and Stevie J for years about them having weird sexual type of parties and with each other, what they're doing and all that kind of stuff, man. Hollywood's a scary place. I mean, I want to be a rapper myself. I always wanted to be. I just really haven't took my craft to the next level. But God has reason, for everything, and maybe that's the reason why. Because some of those people are monsters when you get into that kind of business. If you really want it, are you going to be prepared to do whatever it takes to get there? And some of them people thought they really wanted it, but when they got there, they weren't prepared for what they were going to have to do to stay on top. So, hey, to all his victims and to everybody that he diddled, uh, man, I just pray for him, man, because That's wild. He wild. Now he's sitting up in jail, scared that somebody gonna kill him, and all that stuff. But a couple weeks before that, he was talking about he was the king of the world. Couldn't nobody do nothing to him. But that just shows you how quickly your fortunes can change. So be thankful for the things you have and treat people as you would want to be treated. Because those same people that you see on the way up, those are the same people you're going to see on your way back down. And believe me, the crash is harder on the way down than your ascension is on the way up. Because when you fall hard. You fall real hard. And they finding it out right now. But anyway, enough about the diddler. Did anybody watch the vice presidential debate last night? Um, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't really watch stuff like that. I just pick someone who I think is the lesser of two evils because as we know, the left wing of the bird and the right wing of the bird is still one bird. So you got to pick and choose what's what you think is the best option for you. But anyway, as I was saying, uh, watching that vice presidential debate, that JD Vance dude had you fooled if you weren't privy to his comments and some of his actions that he's already expressed uh, before the debate. And Tim Walz seems like a nice guy. Uh, he seemed like he was the perfect pick for Kamala, and they seem like they're gonna make it work. But I think he was just a little bit too nice to JD Vance last night. He was almost timid. And that's not gonna work as vice president. But hey, I'm still voting for him because the alternative is Donald Trump and his regime. And I know a lot of black people are still Trump, my boy. He a real. No, he ain't. He ain't nothing real about that dude. Not even down to his fake orange color and his wig that he pulled back on his head. Everything about that dude fake. And y'all can sit here and say, "Oh, well, Trump gave us money, and Trump did not give you no money." For all the people that was working, y'all know that money that he was giving in advance, that was an advance on your income taxes of the year before, and the money during the pandemic, that was for people. So that was to keep the economy going, so people would starve to death. He wouldn't have did that out of the kindness of his heart. You can believe that. And for some black people to sit up here and say that they prefer Trump over Kamala, I mean, obviously you haven't really done your homework because if you know anything about Donald Trump, he's racist. He's racist to the core. He says racist things and he does racist things. For one, how could you, as a black person, a respectable black person, vote for someone who thinks that their only uh, thing in common that they have with you is that you're both criminals? Make this make sense. Please, please make this make sense to me. So you trying to tell me you're gonna vote for this dude because he's a criminal? Look, I got a criminal record. but I don't consider myself a criminal. Uh, I haven't done any type of criminal activity in years and don't plan to. But in my younger years, I was young, dumb, stupid, but I still don't consider myself a criminal. And I'm definitely not going to vote for somebody just because I think that they're a criminal. What kind of sense does that make? That makes no sense at all. So, y'all make it make sense to me, y'all. Comment, shoot something in the comment section. Let me know, you know what I'm saying, what you think about what I'm saying or what I have said. Um, because that's just the way I think. And also, if you are going to vote for Trump, make sure you do your research a little bit more than just, oh, he cool. He got shot. They tried to kill him and he made it. I mean, seriously? Come on now. But anyway, uh do your research. Uh I've been telling people about this thing called Project 2025 and Agenda 47, which is supposed to be named after him if he's going to be the 47th, because he would be the 47th president. Right now, he's considered the 45th, but he wants to be the 47th. That's why it's called Agenda 47. Uh, but if you are okay with the Jim Crow era, and I know a lot of you people probably are not, because that was something that was happening in the South. And I lived in the South in the early 80s. And that was only what, 20 years removed from the 60s when the Jim Crow era was strong. And I was born in 73. So there was still a little bit of that residual effect from the Jim Crow South where we grew up, where, white people would call you nigger, to your face. And you didn't go in certain parts of the neighborhoods. And uh, you're in the South, most neighborhoods of blacks and whites were divided. And the funny thing is, if you don't believe me, you can go down south and check a look. They're divided by a train track. So you knew not to be caught on the other side of that train track after dark, or you were going to be in trouble. There's no telling what could have happened to you if you were caught on the other side of that train track after dark. But like I was saying, if you're okay with uh people calling you Nigger and calling you boy, and you stepping and fetching like Amos and Andy, then you go ahead and do you. Do what you think is best for you. But some of these companies, and they already starting to implement this because they already think he's going to win. John Deere and a couple of these other companies are already starting to cut out the DEI program, and that was part of the affirmative action uh, program that they're trying to get rid of, or that they're trying to dismantle, and trying to get rid of all our civil liberties and all of the civil rights things that we fought for, and our ancestors fought for during the '60s. But if you're okay with that, then fine, you go ahead and you vote for Donald Trump because he gonna end all that. But like I said, some of these companies are already, and they're making it known because they are touting it in the news that saying, "Oh, we are no longer following the rules of the DEI," and that means diversity, equality, and inclusion. And that was part of affirmative action, and it was put into place to help offset, I guess, to help offset the amount of whites that were hired compared to the amount of blacks that was hired. I guess there was a certain quota or something that they had to meet, and sometimes that was the only way that a black man could get a job, a decent job. That is, I mean, I'm not talking about working at McDonald's or Taco Bell or sweeping and mopping floors. I'm talking about at some of these Fortune 500 companies, some of these good jobs, Deere and Alcoa, and places like that. Those are some of the reasons why people get hired, especially people with criminal backgrounds or criminal records. You get hired through that program. So if you are okay tearing down that establishment, then more power to you. You go right ahead and you do you. But I guarantee you, 2.5 years or less into his administration, you will be hating your decision. I can guarantee you that. I guarantee you that, my brothers and sisters. So do your homework. And y'all say Kamala is not for blacks and she this and she's that. Okay, I mean, I get it. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we had a president that wasn't for blacks. But the thing is, we will live a better lifestyle than with Donald Trump. I can guarantee you that. Moving on. Uh, a lot of a lot of you have talked about the cost of living and how high things are now, and that Democrats are the problem, and this, and that. I want y'all to think about this, especially if you took economics or anything, and you should have listened to economics in high school, and you should have listened to government and how the government works and things like that. And I've been around for a while. I've been around since the 70s. But anytime, no matter who's in office, Republican, Democrat, what, anytime there is a rise in wages, there will be higher costs of goods. Remember that. Think back. Anybody, I'm 51. So anybody who's been around long enough, you should know that. I mean, because every time they jack up your price of, you know what I'm saying, the cost of wages, the price of goods go up because they have to offset that price. Uh, they have to offset the wages that they're paying their employees. So don't blame the president. You need to blame the CEOs of those greedy corporations. That's who's to blame for those things. That's who's to blame. They are, because they figure if they gotta pay their employees more, that's less money they get on the back end. Perfect example: Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world. He's on target to be the first trillionaire, individual, individually, not a family, just him, one person, first trillionaire. Remember a couple of months ago, he was doing all those layoffs, and he laid off so many people and all that stuff, and then he turned around and gave himself a $51 million bonus for the year. That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem. That's the issue at hand. It's corporate greed. It has nothing to do with who's in the White House. They don't make those prices. The companies and the corporations, they're the ones who make the prices. And I don't know if you've noticed this either, but um, even though the price of goods have went up, they're the same things that you were paying for are getting smaller. The portions are getting smaller. That's how they're making their money without overcharging you too much because they're already charging us out the yin yang. So when you go to the grocery store, and I know you've noticed this, that some of the items, the bags are smaller, the sizes are smaller, the weights are smaller. You know, you used to get a pound or two of this, now you get 8 ounces. They're scaling that back because this corporate greed. That's how they're making up for that. That's how they're making their money back or trying to make their money back. You need to understand that. And once you understand that, then you'll get a better sense of government and how it really runs, and not just listen to what the media tells you and all these sound bites and all these clips of uh, Donald Trump or whoever else with these explosive comments that are totally off the charts and totally not true. But it sounds good and it makes good TV. So hey, do your research. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Well, think I've said about enough for today. And I'm still, like I said, working on my production. I'm doing all this by myself. I have really no clue as to what I'm doing. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, but I'm gonna stick to this, and I'm gonna get it together until it looks professional. You know what they say? Fake it till you make it. I ain't faking shit, but I'm gonna make it. That being said, I want to say peace. And until next time, y'all. Okay. I'ma holler at you on the back end. It's your boy C Real. I'm out. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Hey, give me a like, hit that subscribe button. You know what time it is. Peace.